gotta be angry all the time. Okay, so I want to talk about this article I found online about why giving in to anger makes us dumber. But first, I hope everybody had a really lovely and happy weekend. Ours was nice. We were going to go away, and the weather just really wasn't conducive for adventuring. So Saturday, we stayed home. We watched movies, escaped to the country, football. Are you ready for some football? Never ready for football, but guess what, guys? It is upon us, football season. Saturday, we went to my parents. We grilled out. Spent some time with them, had a singing sesh, played some music, made some music, and it was a really good time. Wednesday, my daughter and I are going up to the wedding venue. We're going to sample some food, get the catering all set up. The wedding is getting closer, y'all. It's the end of the month. Really exciting times. Fall is upon us, and this is the time of year when my family, we like to be outside, we travel more, and life gets busy again. In the summer, we tend to hibernate because it's hot here in the South. So lots of good things to look forward to. We just booked a trip to Salem, Massachusetts for the middle of November. It's going to be cold, but we love Salem and all the history there, and so that's exciting. So listen, let's get into this article, shall we? So, what do you think? Do you think anger can make us dumber? I think so. I know a lot of times I will get angry. Instead of processing the anger, I'll get on it and I'll make a video, right? I'll just react. I'll see one of my friends hurting and I'll want to get on and defend them, or someone will say something about me and I'm like, wait a minute, that's not right. That's not the proper narrative. That you're getting it wrong. Let me correct that. And sometimes I think the best response to stuff like that is just to keep your mouth shut, is no response. And I'm learning. It's taken a while, but I'm learning. And here's the thing, because I don't drive and my husband does travel some, that's why sometimes I'll make a video a day, right? Because I do get bored. I do. And I am tutoring. I do that part-time, which is good and it's very rewarding. And I do spend a lot of time with my girls, and when my husband's home, I'm always with him because we're a very tight-knit family. But, Joseph, stop scratching stuff, sir. And then I have the cats, of course. But, when I get bored, I get on here and I talk to y'all. And when I see injustices, I do want to fight them. I was heavily involved with another case back in the day, the Alexander Pring Wilson case, and I got very close with his mother. And, we did a cookbook, we created a forum, and, that was the whole thing. And so this is not new to me. Anyway, let's get into this article because I'm rambling, as I often tend to do. So, and I'm going to link the article below if y'all want to read it yourself. So, here we go. Everyone knows what it's like to feel angry, right? Our hearts beat faster, our chest gets tighter. We become fixated on the person or the thing that's causing our anger, and we start thinking about how we can get even. Anger is a natural human reaction to situations that we dislike, but it isn't a very effective one. If we take a moment to think about the consequences of anger, we realize that it rarely solves whatever problem provokes it. If we become angry about another person's behavior, it probably won't result in them changing that behavior. Isn't that the truth? If we become angry about an unfavorable event that befalls us, our anger will probably do nothing to reverse what has happened. What's worse is, and this is very important, y'all, anger inhibits our ability to respond to the situation intellectually. Psychological studies have shown that people process information less thoroughly and judge others, please hear this, more harshly when they are angry. This can cause us to behave in ways that only perpetuates anger instead of addressing its causes. In short, being angry makes us dumb. And I think this is true. And I think we see it in this community, right? Because we see people forgetting their humanity, forgetting their empathy, right? demonizing people, demoralizing people, demeaning people, vilifying people, good people, right? Because here's the thing. We all have good and bad in us. We're all flawed. None of us are perfect. None of us. We've all made mistakes, right? But instead of owning those mistakes, we're constantly pointing the finger. You did this and you did that, right? Instead of us all acknowledging, okay, you know what? I'm a pain in the butt sometimes. I've made mistakes. I'm sorry. But that's not what we do. We just constantly have a go at each other. And it's gotten to the point, like I said, that it's dangerous now because there's a lot of slander and defamation that's going on and a lot of threats that are being tossed around. And to me, like I said, I'm trying to disengage because I don't like it. It's just ugly, it's nasty, it's toxic. I don't want no part of it. I'm continuing to support the family because I believe in them. It's upsetting, the things that are said about them. And I would caution people, please be careful. Think about their mental health and everything they've been through. And just please try to temper your words with kindness. If you're angry, you're angry. I get it. If you have grievances, you have grievances. But some of the things that are being said are really crossing lines, okay? It's almost like people just want to hurt people. It's like, what can I say that's really going to get under somebody's skin and really just prick them? And, why do you want to hurt people? And again, it falls on deaf ears. And so for me, like I said, I can't engage anymore. And I think sometimes the best response to stuff is no response, right? You have to disengage for your own mental health and your own well-being. So anyway, how can we get our anger under control? And why are we like this? What is this all about? So, in his book Enjoying Life, Healing with Happiness, psychologist Dr. Lynn Johnson suggests that anger is closely related to our instinctual fight or flight response. Anger is marked by this activity that prepares our body to fight off an aggressor, and it releases adrenaline in our brain and increases blood flow to our muscles. So back in the day, when our ancestors were about, right, they needed anger because, it was a fight for survival, and they had to kill their prey. They had to kill animals to eat, and then they had to kill other humans. And so this is why anger was very useful. Nowadays, guys, guess what? We don't have to do that. It's murder is frowned upon in our society. So it's not necessary for our day-to-day survival. So to solve interpersonal disputes, now we should be using logic, reason, and here's a great word, understanding, which is much harder to do when we feel angry. Because, what do we really want to do? We just want to lash out and we just want to hate. So how can we learn how to weaken anger and its control over us? So according to Dr. Johnson, anger is caused not only by what's happening to us, but also how we think about what's happening to us, how we process it. So, for example, if a stranger on the street makes a rude comment towards you, you can view it in one of two ways: as a personal attack on your character, or as an outburst that reflects more on the speaker than on you. If you think about the situation in the first way, you are much more likely to become angered by it. So if you think, wow, this person's attacking my character, what the hell is that about? Oh yeah, come on, you want to fight? Then you're going to go off. You're going to be mad. But if you think of it more as a reflection of who they are, you're like, oh, okay, all right. Fortunately, it's possible to change our way of thinking so we're less easily angered. The first step is to desensitize ourselves to our environmental triggers. Make a list of every situation you can think of that typically makes you angry, and then imagine in these situations in your mind. Imagine these situations in your mind. As you picture each one, concentrate on taking slow, deep breaths and relaxing the muscles in your body. With practice, you become much better at controlling your emotions and staying calm when confronted with these angry-inducing situations. So breathe, relax, calm down. Once we've desensitized to our anger triggers, we can work on reframing our thoughts about them. If we take some time to think about why we become angry, we discover that it's usually because we assume the worst intentions. Work on questioning these assumptions. Consider if there could be a positive intention behind the behavior, if there are compensating factors that make it more understandable, or if there might be a hidden benefit that comes out of the situation. In the above scenario, for example, you might consider that the rude person could simply be having a bad day. You had a bad day. Alternatively, you might decide that their actions provide you with a good opportunity to practice compassion. So there you go. And sometimes I think it does just come down to practicing compassion, right? And extending grace to people and just trying to say, okay, I'm sorry that you're feeling this way, and I'm sorry you're hurt, and God bless you, and moving on, and sometimes just ignoring and disengaging, I think, is the best recourse for, your own mental health, because responding to anger with anger is usually never a good recourse. It doesn't help anything. It doesn't solve anything, I think. Personal opinion. From my own experience, anyway. All right, y'all. Well, hopefully that was helpful to somebody. Probably not, but anyway. I'm sending love and light. Hope everybody has a really good rest of your day. Until next time, goodbye.